Hello, everyone, and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughPigs.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks featuring all Muppet characters, but mostly the ones Disney told us were on the list. Join us today as we bus driver dance our way back to 1992 for our Muppet of the Week, The Ghost of Christmas Present, performed by Jerry Nelson and Don Austin, designed by Michael Frith, and created by Charles Dickens. I am a cup of kindness that we share with another, Anthony Strand, and joining me is a pair of mittens that were made by your mother, Mike Westfall. Mike, come in and know me better, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, Anthony, but I'm sorry, did you just say we were talking about the Ghost of Christmas Present from the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Yes.
Okay, let me just get rid of these extensive notes I took about Imogene Coca then. Boy, do I feel like an idiot. Well, all right.
So I'm going to explain the joke in case people don't know. Imogene Coca is the Ghost of Christmas Present in a Sesame Street special Sesame Street
special
Christmas.
Sesame Street Christmas. She sure was.
Which now remind so listeners may or may not know, Mike is the host of a wonderful podcast called Advent Calendar House.
That's me.
And I was doing a variation on your intro for those who don't know.
You did wonderfully.
Thank you. But you haven't covered Special Sesame Street Christmas, have you?
I sure have.
You have? I don't think I've heard that one. I gotta go check it out. Yeah.
I think I covered that before we knew each other, but it's back there somewhere.
Sure. Yeah, I've kind of just kind of slowly catching up on the archives as episodes strike my fancy or what have you.
There you go.
But you came on our podcast, moving right along, to talk about Treasure Island.
Yes, I did.
We didn't get you on for Christmas Carol, so that's why I really wanted to talk to you about Ghost of Christmas Present today.
You know, we've both seen a lot of adaptations of A Christmas Carol, but I think I can confidently say that this has my favorite version of The Ghost of Christmas Present.
I think I agree. So let's start. You tell me why. What's so great? What's so fab about him?
You and I have talked a lot about different versions of A Christmas Carol and their Ghosts of Christmas Present. I believe we both said that we were very fond of Edward Woodward's from the 1984 movie.
Yeah, he rules. He's so grumpy. Love that guy.
He's so grumpy. He's sassy. I have a special place in my heart for Carol Kane and Scrooge, even though that's like way out there. But the one from the Flintstones Christmas Carol was surprisingly really good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And really book accurate.
Yeah, he is. Another good one that I'll throw out, Jerry Parks in An American Christmas Carol.
Yes, An American Christmas Carol. Jerry Parks.
It's Doc from Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, that was amazing when I figured out that he was in that. And like, oh, I did almost an emergency episode for that when I found that out.
Sure. Awesome.
But you know what this guy has that those others don't? A banger of a song.
It is so true.
It's so good.
It is. And like, one of the things that I love about It Feels Like Christmas is A Christmas Carol is a bleak story in a lot of ways. And especially coming off of Christmas Past, where Scrooge, like, we learned that his dad didn't care about him, left him at school by himself. And then his engagement was broken off by his fiance because he was cold to her and uncaring. You know, we see why he's a grumpy man. And then Christmas Present shows up and is just like, no, it's Christmas Day and people are having fun. Let's go see it.
No, Christmas is the best, really, and let me show you.
Right.
And the way that this Muppet does it during his whole song is pure joy. It is such a good fit for this part of the story, and specifically in the Muppet Christmas Carol. This song is the point when we can start to see Scrooge turn and truly begin to understand, oh, this is what the big deal is. This is why people care about stupid old Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the reasons that happens is because out of the three ghosts, he's the one who feels like a Muppet.
Yes, he does.
You know, like, the design is very Muppety. Obviously, the Christmas Yet to Come is just the very typical hooded Grim Reaper looking guy.
Yeah.
And Christmas Past is this, like, you know, porcelain doll baby floating in a tub or whatever.
which is remarkable.
Oh, it is.
By the way.
It's super impressive. But like you look at that effect, and I think you maybe think storyteller, you maybe think the never-ending story or something. You know, but you don't think Muppet. Whereas this guy just looks like he could be a full body character in a maybe not the Muppet Show, but like.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him show up on Sesame Street before knowing this.
Yeah, right.
Like,
exactly.
he's almost got a Bruno quality to him.
Bruno the Trash Man, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Jerry Nelson playing him. Even if you don't know that name, even if you're not enough of a Muppet fan to hear it and think that's Jerry Nelson, like subconsciously, he sounds like any of Jerry Nelson's 4,000 characters on the Muppet Show and Sesame Street.
Yeah, it's a very recognizable voice, but it is the perfect fit for this character. He's got such a wonderful laugh, too.
Speaking of which, we start out the song with that, right? He's laughing right as it feels like Christmas starts.
Yeah, he's starting that. And even when we first see him kind of poking his giant head through Scrooge's bedroom door, he's got that laugh to him, and he's so jovial and welcoming him in to know him better, man.
That's the thing. So you love Christmas, Mike.
I sure do.
Obviously, you host a podcast celebrating all holiday specials, but mostly the Christmas ones.
Yes.
Do you think that's part of why, like, you connect to this character? Because I know it is for me.
You know, that goes a long way into, connecting with me here. Absolutely. My favorite line of his is when Scrooge tells him, "You're a little absent-minded, Spirit." "No, I'm a large absent-minded spirit."
Yeah, that's great.
And I love that gets the first genuine, joyful laugh we see out of Scrooge.
Yeah, right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That is the moment where he starts to turn.
Yeah, and he even gets comfortable with cracking his own jokes about his 1,800 brothers, and Scrooge says, "Match the grocery bills." And Scrooge and the ghost laughs at his joke.
Right, yeah, you can see them start to become buddies.
Yeah, and that doesn't, like, that line, it's not one-to-one. It's a different line in the actual Dickens story. He says something like a tremendous family to provide for, and that doesn't get a reaction in the book. Here, it has that belly laugh of Jerry Nelson's that I think goes a long way into us immediately clinging to him as I want to hang out with this guy.
Right, for sure. And you mentioned the absent-minded spirit, large absent-minded spirit.
Yes.
That is not in the book.
No, it's not.
There's no element of him like repeating himself or forgetting what he said. And that's something Jerry Jewell came up with.
That is such a Jerry Jewell joke, too.
It is.
It fits perfectly here, but it also fits perfectly within the story. Like, yeah. Dickens could have written that, to be honest. He's got some jokes in there. It starts out with a joke. He goes on, like, at the very beginning of the book, he goes on, like, a paragraphs long rant about why are doornails dead.
Yeah. It's true. And, I mean, there's a ton of humor in the book, like you say.
Oh, yeah.
But what I think is so brilliant about making him absent-minded is not just that it makes him endearing, which it does. Mm-hmm. It is, like, specifically, he cites it as it's because he's obsessed with the here and now.
The here and now.
He lives in the here and now. So, like, all he cares about is that Christmas is happening today.
Yeah, it's really an ingenious way of portraying that, too.
Yeah, especially because, and this is, like, as you mentioned, is in the book. Canonically, he only gets to do this once. He's had over 1,800 brothers, right? He doesn't show up one day a year, even though he looks like Santa Claus. He doesn't show up the same day. He gets one shot at this.
And then he's on.
He has prepared his whole life to spend Christmas Day with this grumpy old miser. Convince him that he's nice, that he should be nice.
That's his purpose. And we see him age as they age the Muppet as this goes on, which is a really wonderful technique. And I mean, sure, it's different scenes, but just the care that they put into, there must have been 4 or 5 different variants with grayer and grayer hair.
Yeah, right. And the end where he has completely white hair.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid just feeling like I don't know that sadness is the right word, because, like, obviously, whatever, I knew there was going to be a third ghost. I think I saw Mickey's before this.
Yeah, so did I.
Sure. But yeah, it's obviously it had been around for almost a decade. But just the idea that, like, we're going to have to say goodbye to this guy. I guess even back then it was like bittersweet.
Yeah, that might have been like the first moment in my childhood when I realized, man, life really is short.
Oh,
There's such a finality to it that you don't think of. And then, like, yeah, that's questioning my own mortality as a young teenager was something. But I will say that it is Jerry Nelson's voice, but Don Austin is in the body. He's the one wearing the puppet, and his performance goes a long way into making this such a memorable portrayal of this ghost.
Absolutely. I mean, I mentioned the bus driver dance up top, which is when they do the steering wheel.
Right.
I
love that. He got Scrooge to dance.
Right. He got Scrooge to do the bus driver dance. But, like, that is such a perfect example of what Don Austin brings to the role.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's not Jerry Nelson doing the bus driver dance.
No, all he's doing is singing. And I rewatched, there was a video quite a few years back now, of Brian Henson and Dave Goelz doing commentary. It was for Oh My Disney when that was still a thing.
Oh My Disney,
2017.
Which we all remember from Ralph Breaks the Internet as being the most popular website in the world.
And Dave remarked on the chemistry that Don and Jerry had performing this and the genius of the way it was shot because of it.
Yeah. And you can tell because the body language matches the delivery in a way that like I almost don't even know how to explain. But they're just both his arms are wide open, his body is giving off this like welcoming vibe at all times. You know, he's never like small or closed off. He's never like,
except for that time he's in the mouse hole. He's pretty small then.
He's pretty small.
But
that's true. That's true. But even
that's
then,
another thing. That was a forced perspective shot, which was really, really well put together.
No, the mouse hole.
The mouse hole shot. Yeah, and even in the room when he kind of shrinks down to Scrooge's size.
Yeah, that is super cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, we on moving right along when we covered this movie, we talked in general about it being like such a handsome movie. It's such a gorgeously shot movie.
It sure is.
And those are good examples of that. Like, it's just a treat. And this character, there's so many things about this movie that make it special.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ghost of Christmas Present is like one of the most, because he's not in anything else. He couldn't be. There's like,
no.
You know, I mean, all the like pirates from Treasure Island, they brought him back. They were on Mop Top Shop or whatever.
Yeah.
But they built this puppet knowing that they could never use it again.
Right. This was a one-time use thing that they put so much love and care in because it's so important to this story and it's so important to what they're trying to show on screen that everything they've done with it is just remarkable. And I'm glad it's all here. Yeah,
me too. So did you want to talk specifically about the song a little bit more? Did you have other thoughts there?
I think I said everything I could about the song. That's one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. Definitely my favorite from this movie.
Sure. Yeah, I get it in my head all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Underrated. I'm going to pull it out here. Didn't intend to use props besides that notebook I crumpled up earlier, but this was a Christmas card that we made with my kids, and we had them dress up. We had them holding a little Kermit, and then we used the font from the movie poster and made it say, "Whenever you find love, it feels like Christmas." And that was our Christmas card, many years back.
Yeah, that rules. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have the vinyl for the Muppet Christmas Carol soundtrack?
I don't have a record player anymore.
Oh, okay. We do have a record player.
Okay.
One of the really great things about that album, have you seen the art?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the art's gorgeous.
The vinyl album cover that came out a couple of years ago, I believe, is by an artist named Kevin Wilson. And that kind of features almost all of the characters from the movie, including the Ghost of Christmas Present. And
yeah, there he is.
Yeah. And then the storybook drawn by Luke Flowers, also obviously features him as a main character in the book. And both of those artists like draw such lovingly rendered versions of this character.
Yeah, it looks so good for everybody in this painting. Looks really amazing.
On the vinyl?
On the vinyl, yeah. I'm looking at that right now.
Gorgeous. I mean, it's like, as I said, we have a record player and we usually bust it out once a year, but also just like, I love looking at it. My kids love looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great just piece of art to have hanging up or around to look at.
Right.
Muppet Wiki says his design was inspired by Kirk Thatcher, and I see it now, but of course, this and quite a few portrayals of the Ghost of Christmas Present bear that obvious resemblance to Santa Claus and or Father Christmas.
Right. Yeah, the three guys who all look the same: Santa Claus, Ghost of Christmas Present, and Kirk Thatcher.
That's right. But I do see like a lot of Kirk Thatcher's face specifically in the face of this puppet now that I know that. And it's wonderful.
And he was young at the time. I mean, he hadn't really been with the Muppets for that long at this time. Like
I guess not.
Like his first writing credits are, I think, on Dinosaurs, which is right around this time.
Yeah.
And so he had been like, he worked on the Jim Henson Hour a little bit. Mm-hmm. And a few other things, like as a production assistant, and I guess he did second unit directing on Lighthouse Island.
Oh, forgot about that.
Lighthouse Island, the worst thing Jerry Jewell ever wrote, in my opinion.
There's got to be one least good thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. But so it's neat that they like did this as a tribute to this guy who was relatively new to the company, and who then went on to be such a key creative voice for the next 30 plus years. It would be one thing if it was just like, oh, it was designed by this guy who worked there. But then he also like directed a bunch of the TV movies and co-wrote Muppet Treasure Island.
Right, he stuck around, and I'm so happy he did.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, he directed Muppets Haunted Mansion, somewhat recently.
Love Muppets Haunted Mansion. That is my favorite Halloween thing in such a long time. And I love Halloween almost as much as I love Christmas.
Right. Yeah. No, I love it too. And that's one that my kids have seen over and over. You know what? That's a special with a lot of ghosts in it. They could have pulled him out of storage for that. The Ghost of Christmas Present.
Oh, they could have. Oh.
People would have gone nuts. Can you imagine?
I would have, oh my goodness. I would have jumped up and down.
Sure. Well, and especially because Tiny Tim is in it.
Yeah, Tiny Tim
is. Robin is wearing Tiny Tim's costume.
Yes, he is. The same costume. Oh, they should have put him in. It's not like there was there is a finite amount of ghosts that they need for it, but it's a large finite amount of ghosts.
It's a very large, as our friend Shane discussed when he was on his previous episode of this podcast. They had room for 999, so he could have done it.
Yeah, they fast forwarded the part where he got to the Ghost of Christmas Present, but
That's right. Jared skipped over it. Boo. But so anyways, before we go, Mike, I wanted to ask you, because your podcast is so TV focused.
Yeah.
This movie technically falls outside of your purview, right? Like but by the rules you've created, you cannot cover Muppet Christmas Carol on your podcast?
Well, I've cheated before. I put the 2009 Christmas Carol movie with Jim Carrey on there for an episode because someone requested it. If I ever get to this, it will be toward the end, if not the very end.
Sure. I like the idea of it as the finale.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if you just had any like thoughts you just need to get out there about Muppet Christmas Carol that you want to share.
It's obviously my favorite Christmas movie. It's also my favorite Muppet movie.
Good choice.
I think it might be the most important Muppet movie ever made because a person died and his friends and family all got together, looked at his legacy and decided, you know what? Let's keep doing this. And that's what the Muppet Christmas Carol was born out of. And I think that that's hugely important to us as Muppet fans and the continued existence of that whole world and the Muppet Studio and everything surrounding it. So I'm very grateful for them.
Sure. Awesome. And then the other thing before we go is we've been talking about your podcast already today, but when this is coming out, it's December 8th. So you're just starting a new season of your show. Is there anything specific you want to plug?
Well, you can find the Advent Calendar House conveniently at adventcalendar.house. You were on recently, Anthony. We were talking about Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree.
An equally good Muppet production, yeah.
Everyone's favorite Muppet Christmas special, by which I mean no one's favorite Muppet Christmas special.
Maybe Leslie Nielsen's family.
Maybe Leslie Nielsen's family. He is charming in it. We were also joined by my pal Tim, who does his own show called Can't Wait for Christmas, and I was recently on his show to run down 5 holiday episodes of Muppet TV series.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so you can find that by the time this airs anyway, at Can't Wait for Christmas.
Great. Awesome.
But if you're looking to holler at me personally, the best place for you, a listener of this show, to look for me is on the Tough Pigs Discord server.
And we are always thrilled to have you on the Discord because you're always sharing good thoughts. And
Thank
listeners,
you.
come join us. We're having a party over there.
Do it.
So, all right. Thank you again, Mike.
Thank you.
And here is Jared with the outro.
70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet Fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com. Hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jared Fairclough. The Muppets 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reif Snyder and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow toughpigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs.